Well, good morning. It's very early again. Today is Thursday, September 13th. If my father was alive, he'd be 95. No, 93 today. 93. My father passed away at 58. And at the time I thought, you know what, he lived a long life. Because I was only, 32? Silly me. Silly me, he had so much more to live, and I didn't know it. But I get to spend the day with his brother today, so that's going to make it all the more nice. Be more joyful for me. He reminds me so much of my dad. He looks a lot like my dad. Denise says if she closes her eyes, it sounds like him. I don't hear that, but I do see it. See, now she hears it, and I don't. But I see it, and she don't. So my dad's coming to us in different ways. So, all right. Let's not get off our pumped. It's just not loud because we're on vacation. But that doesn't mean you guys don't have birthdays too, because today is Marie Perez's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marie Perez. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. September, I'm telling you, everybody has September birthdays. Everybody. Which is good because I love it. I just absolutely love it. Today we're going to go to the groom-to-be, and I don't know that his bride-to-be is going to be there because they're kind of staying separate this week as much as they can. But we're going to his house for a barbecue. We're going to have hamburgers and all the fixings for a barbecue, so I do think I'm going to be going over my points today, but you know, I'm not worried about it. Today's my dad's birthday, and I'm going to celebrate. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm just not going to go crazy, but I am going to enjoy the day. So that's all I can say. But today is Roman Joy's birthday. So Roman Joy, she's going to be 68 today. We're the same age. Well, actually, I'm your elder, and you must respect me because I am your elder by 6 days. But anyway, we're going to sing to her now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Roman's Joy. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I've already taken my shower. I slept really well last night. But you know what? After I felt so bad that I couldn't finish that walk. I tried so hard. But I had at that point, according to my Fitbit, had walked 11 flights of stairs. And I just couldn't do that one more flight of stairs, and it was so, which it was a prison from 100 years ago, so obviously more than 100 years ago, 150, because it was back in the 1860s. But anyway, it was like very close and very claustrophobic, and it just everything was working against me. But Jim stayed with me. He could have went on. I told him I would be fine, but I think I must have looked pretty scary because even the guide came over. Are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? And I goes, yeah, I'm just going to go back down and sit, because with the place where I went down to sit at the beginning was kind of cool, but not cool like cool looking, but cool because it had a nice little cool breeze going through it, so that was nice. And then afterwards we went bar hopping. I don't drink, but I did have a ginger ale because I kind of needed it to settle my stomach, because I think the problem was that I had that mustacholian salad, and then we got up from the dinner table and left and started doing all this walking and climbing of stairs. I've told you before, I like to walk on an empty stomach. I get sick. I don't know why, but I get sick. It's too much weight on my stomach. But like I said, I turned it into a positive, because 2 years ago I know I could have never done that. So, all right, well, they're all rumbling downstairs. I got to get down there. They're going to think I'm a sleepyhead. No, I've been up before everybody else. Okay, I started my day with a prayer. I drank 34 ounces of water so far. My quote is, family is the ultimate gift. Without that, you have nothing. And family means the world to me. I don't know if you figured that out yet, but if you took my family away from me, you would be devastating me. You really would. I don't really know how to figure out this breakfast, but we're going to have a French toast casserole that Lynn makes. It's just bread and cream cheese and eggs, obviously. And you just bake it. I don't know how and then we eat it. I guess there's no other way to say it. So I'm just going to say 10 points. That might be high, but that's what I'm figuring. And then I'm going to have the hot tea and sugar-free cranberry juice. Oh, I can't film her because she's just coming in, but Christy just walked in the room. But she said I can't film her. She's not a morning person. One thing I am is a morning person. I wake up really happy. I guess I'm just happy that I woke up. But not everybody shares that with me. But my family, for the most part, are morning people. But they don't like being on film right away. So, all right, let's go downstairs and see what's the haps going on.
Pass the syrups down. Okay.
Open there's Okay, since today's my dad's birthday, tell me a story about my dad. You've already told me about the Coconut Grove. You told me about when he was in the Navy, when he was missing in action. Think of something else now.
Before you moved into the house on the last house
On Thornton?
on Thornton,
Okay.
before that you lived next to the
Church.
church,
Right.
and your mom would complain more about him helping the nuns.
Yes. Yes. That was like his mistress. It really was.
The nuns,
Sister Mary Anthony was his favorite.
Yeah, he used to bring them gifts all the time and help at bingo.
Yes. I remember that now that you mentioned that. And Sister Mary Frances.
Sister Mary Frances,
Yeah,
yeah.
the two of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, he loved bingo.
he loved bingo, yeah.
And then he had his Irish hat that he wore on St. Patrick's Day. Michael has that now.
Oh, okay.
But
But he was, well, I told you, he was always, did I tell you at the time that the police picked him up going to serve?
No.
We lived on Newton Street
in Boston.
in Boston. Harrison Ave was on one end, and that's where you'd run up the street to Harrison Ave, take a left-hand turn, and go another block to Sharon Street, and that's where the Church of the Immaculate Conception was. Well, when we were growing up, if you served Mass early, you got the free meal. And if you got there early enough, you ate wet. And wet means you went into the kitchen and you could order eggs, bacon, sausage, potatoes, whatever. If you ate dry, you ate cereal in the little boxes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Your dad runs up Newton Street to Harrison Avenue, sticks his hand around the corner to see if the wind is blowing, starts around the corner, and then out of nowhere, the police show up. They arrest him because he's running away from the scene of an accident.
So he didn't get his wet breakfast that day.
And he's trying to explain to him that he's an altar boy going to the Immaculate Conception to serve Mass and get a free breakfast.
I guess when you're of 10 kids, you want to make sure you get that breakfast.
You want to make sure you get the breakfast, yeah. But, now this is when he was, probably 14 or 15,
Oh, okay.
So, that makes me,
7 or 8.
7 or 8,
Yeah.
yeah. But we all served it. Well, Joe helped in the choir. Everyone else was altar boys.
Strong Irish Catholics.
Yeah, yeah. And that's when all the women, Saturday night, where all the hats are made out of scarves. Because in order to go to church, you needed a hat on.
Yeah. I remember if I went to church and I didn't have a hat, then they put a piece of Kleenex or toilet paper on top of your head.
A handkerchief, yeah.
Yeah, because you had to have something on top of
You
your
had
head.
to have something on top of your head.
I remember that my dad used to, because he was an usher, and he would squeeze us to fit one more person in the pew. There was no more room for one more person.
No.
But he'd squeeze us, or he'd make one of us get up,
Uh-huh.
so somebody else could sit there. Oh, look at Dale's got all kinds of good stuff.
Okay.
All right, we'll talk to you.
Wait a minute, I got to tell you that when he was an usher, at that time, the offerings were on 6-foot pole with the offering basket, And when your dad used to put it in front of his friends, if they didn't put any money in the collection plate, he would stand there and rattle the,
I do remember that too.
he would rattle
The basket.
the basket till you stuck some money in it. But the nuns took care, you know, the gals in the gift shop was in the back of the church. And he used to go back and give them the extra monies
Yeah.
for stuff that, you know, you don't even think of to just
do.
now. Yeah.
Oh well. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
We are now in Quebec.
Yes.
We crossed over the river.
So what's different in Quebec, which is interesting, is in the rest of the country, everything official is first in English and second in French. In Quebec, it's reversed.
Oh. It'd be weird to live in a country where you spoke two different languages.
Most people in Canada do not speak both languages. If you're a federal employee, past a certain level, it's required. I think there are some at the very bottom level that don't speak both languages, but it's difficult to even get those jobs.
Wonderful.
Okay, our family is all very clumsy. And Paul, tell us
Prove
what
it.
happened.
Well, in honor of Sandy, because she is wearing a shirt today that says, I do all my own stunts,
Oh, that's right, I
I
do.
decided to take one to the next level. And I did my own stunt, and we were in this really, I still like that bar.
I love that bar.
It was a great bar.
My favorite bar.
And it was kind of dark, and there's one little step that I didn't see. And down I went, and the phone, in fact, my phone was still on a table as I was falling. I just dropped my phone on the table
More?
and dislocated my shoulder. Thank you.
Sandy, are you done?
A long trip back from the hospital, but now everything's almost back to normal.
Okay, so this was a negative experience. So what was the positive thing that came out of it?
I met some really nice people in the hospital.
That's because it's
And
Canadian.
now I made so that everybody is not making such a big deal out of Emma and Stuart all weekend.
Yes.
Now they have something else that they can talk about.
And you
Yeah.
got
So it's
some really wonderful pain meds.
Yes.
More like make fun of.
That was his
Well,
public
big fun, yes.
service.
And you got a cool looking thing.
And now I have I think the biggest positive out of the whole event is the fact that I'm an invalid and others have to do things for me.
Oh, boy. You are my cousin for sure.
That never happened before.
This is the shirt. Paul should have been wearing it because that's what he did. Oh, it looks like weird. Different background. Still get the light in my eyes. See if I can figure this out. There we go. Well, we're back. We had a good night. We went to Stuart, the groom's house, for a barbecue. And like I said, Paul hurt himself at the bar. He was taking a picture of something and he was backing up and he forgot there was a stair there and he lost his balance and fell and dislocated his shoulder. The Canadians took very good care of him, although he had to pay cash and he has to go get reimbursed from his insurance, but he was able to get taken care of. I'm telling you, these Canadians, they're very friendly. They're very nice. But anyway, another busy day tomorrow, but I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be so bad when we're not all here together. But now we have, who's in the house today? There's 14 of us here. And Mike and Molly have a hotel. So it's nice. The morning I'll wake up to my whole family. It'll be so cool. But give this video a like. Please subscribe. Leave a comment and share if you think it might help. So, well, it's not going to help anybody, but they might get a kick out of it. And I want to thank my Uncle Bob for sharing stories of my dad on my dad's birthday today.